Hey guys, so I have a haul to share with you from uh, Temu and Amazon and begrudgingly Diamond Art Club. I think that's it. I did get this pack of stickers at Fred Meyer's for 90 cents. You know, they were on sale. Who charges $3 for a sheet of stickers? $10. Alright, and then Temu, I got this canvas. Hopefully you can see it okay. That looks like you can see it just fine there. Does it look? I can't tell if there's a glare because the mount is, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I was buying some more reptile tongs off of Temu, and they raised their max from $10, or their min from $10 to $20 in order for them to ship. You know, I didn't even have the option to pay for shipping. So this was an $8 canvas. I asked to return it. Oh, it does look like there's some glare on there. And it still kind of looks like there's some glare. I did ask, what are you eating? I can't, the glare's the same. I can't, sorry, thoughts escape me. Sorry, oh my god. I'm not going to stop the video because then I'll have to pull it off the mount. Okay, so I needed some reptile tongs. I needed a paper punch. And so I threw this on there just to get me to the $20 mark. It's $8. I don't want it because it's too dark. Like, all through the center of her, it's all 310. Like, this is all 310. And there's no definition of anything. You know, you can kind of see definition in the picture, but when you look at the symbols, it's all 310. So I tried to return it, and I got credit back for it because they didn't want me to return it. So, yeah. I do like it. I just, lately Temu prices have just, you know, I don't want to pay $8 for 40 by 50. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to pay $6-7 for a 30 by 40. You know what I mean? So, my Temu purchasing is taking a nosedive, which is probably a good thing. So the other thing I needed was a paper punch because my beloved paper punch that I've had for many years broke. And so it is a vital paper punch for me cleaning up my paper scraps. So I got this one. And it works great. I like it, but it's too big. And unfortunately, the sizes on the listing, you know, they say the dimensions of the actual punch, but not the dimensions of what it's punching out, which is more important than the size of the actual punch. So, yeah. So I decided to keep that one because it is pretty. It's supposed to be a cherry blossom leaf or petal, cherry blossom flower. It's just too big for most of the tiny scraps that I have. Alright, and then Amazon. So I bought some stuff from the Diamond Art Club store on Amazon when they were having their 20% off sale. I'll show there's another video. But when I was just perusing Amazon, since I was buying stuff anyways, I came across this listing. Brand is Luo Pixel, or Luo Arte, Luo Art. Square rhinestones, 42 colors. The drill size for these canvases are 4.72 by 4.72, and then the actual everything is 6 by 6. So one thing I thought was cool with this was, I mean, I don't, personally, I haven't really seen much of a difference between the effectiveness of different colored waxes. I do tend to use the purple or clear wax so that I don't see any residue that may come off. You know, unlike the red wax, you can really see that. But this one has teal wax, and I've never seen teal wax before. Teal wax, teal pen, teal squishy, teal tray. I guess that's their signature color. Comes with a thing of things. The drills, all the square drills. I looked at the drills. There's some dimpling, but the sides look pretty straight. Like there isn't too much scooping, at least not as bad as my stained glass dragon. And it comes with a sheet with all the images and stuff. The one thing I really don't like about this is that they're not actually on canvases, they're on cardboard. So you're going to have to use an overhead lamp. If you primarily use the light pad, you're just going to have to use an overhead lamp. Unless you can see it. But I saw these and I couldn't stop laughing. You know, I thought they were so funny. So, here's the first one. And these are very pixelated. I wasn't expecting anything else but really pixelated. So, but I still thought they were funny, and you can still tell what they are. Oh my god, look at that little angry little guy. Okay, he's so cute. And then he's just smiling chihuahua. And there's this one with his teeth. That chihuahua looks hella inbred. Kind of looks like Pinky. And then here's a flower. This kind of looks like a shepherd. Like Chow Chow mix. Corgi. This set is mostly corgis and chihuahuas and huskies. That one. Here's another smiling chihuahua. So yeah, it's very pixelated, but I'm still going to enjoy him. Husky. Another corgi. Probably a chihuahua mix. Those eyebrows. Oh, this is probably my favorite one. Another corgi. And another husky. So, yes. And it was only $6, so it was 50 cents canvas. I bought enough stuff to get free shipping, so yeah, pretty good deal in my opinion. Yeah, but like the only thing I don't like about it is that they're not actually canvases; they're on cardboard. So, but you know, it's still really good for the price. And I was gonna get the cat memes, but I think I might hold off because they're on cardboard. They are on cardboard. Alright, so from Diamond Art Club, I have a mini Dazzles, the Dia de los Muertos. So I got this on Black Friday, so I mean it was already clearance down to like $10 and then 30% off of that. So that's why I bought it. You know, it was hella cheap. I'm not as into the mini Dazzles as some. I just think they're too expensive for me personally, but you know, that's a me thing. So in this mini Dazzles, there's the sombrero, the bread. Keep wanting to call it challah, but I think that's the Jewish bread. The guitar, flour. This one's probably my favorite one. A bottle of tequila with a shot. And the last one is a sugar skull. So that is the Dia de los Muertos mini Dazzles. I recently had a very unpleasant experience with Diamond Art Club and my post office. I'm furious with both the company and the institution that is the U.S. of the PS. So, honestly, if Ennis Guerrero ever starts, going through other diamond painting companies, getting licensed through other diamond painting companies, I honestly don't think I'd shop at Diamond Art Club anymore, because I'm just, this last thing has just not broken me, but it pushed me over the edge. So I'm sure I'll still be buying from them, but I'm very unhappy with them. And if I have a chance to stop, if someone else starts carrying Ennis's work, then I will move on over. Alright, I'm going to pause you and get this first canvas unraveled for you. Maybe I'll talk about it in like a whip and chat or a just crafting video. Okay, this first canvas is Night Portal. So, I got in on the Black Friday sale that they were having. They shipped, this is one of they shipped, because one of my canvases that I purchased was a pre-order. They shipped half of them right away, and then the other half they held on to and shipped later. And the 3 that were to be shipped later were Misha the Rottweiler Iridescent, which was the only new release one that I had bought, and Liz the Good Witch. And suffice it to say, I won't be getting Misha the Rottweiler, Liz the Good Witch, or Iridescent, at least not anytime soon. Probably Misha the Rottweiler never, because that was the last one. That was the last of Misha the Rottweiler. So, yeah, so this is one of the ones that, by some miracle, they were able to get to me. Anywho, okay, I'm gonna shut up about it. I'm still salty, apparently. Okay, so Night Portal by Yasu Art Studio. It is 65 by 92 centimeters, 63 colors, including 2 ABs and 3 fairy dusters. Being that I live vicariously through Honey Lemon Custard, you can leave her alone right now. It's okay, baby. You can lay in the bed, sweetheart. I know I need to sew that bed up since how you fucking chewed it. What was I saying? Oh yes, I romanticize many things because I live vicariously through movies. You go away. I don't want to look at you. And one of the things I romanticize is castles. So, I mean, it has a little baby castle in the background. But, I liked it. It's a square. What is it? Castles. I romanticize hotels, trains. There are many things that I romanticize. So, it just, if I'm going to have a landscape, it's either going to look like my home or it's going to look like a castle. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's cool. It's big. I just bought some of those under the table rollers from Temu, so I'm hoping, because I'm working on Snow Princess. Well, I have Snow Princess is my one whip currently. I kind of don't want to work on her again until I get those rollers, because I'm just having a hell of a time on that hinge desk. So, anyways, there is Night Portal. Hopefully you can see it okay. The image may not look super clear. It's probably because of the rippling water and there's reflection, so things aren't going to be super clear, but yeah, it's pretty. I like her. Pause. Okay, this one. I knew it was a behemoth when I bought it. I am fully aware. Elsa, Queen of the North Mountain. I'm glad they didn't call her a princess. Elsa was very, very shortly a princess. She was mainly a queen, so I don't know why she's always called a princess. Anyways, Elsa, Queen of the North Mountain. You'd think there'd at least be an artist, that would take credit for the rendering of this, but I guess not. 58 colors, 2 ABs, and 4 fairy dust. And she is 70 centimeters by 133 centimeters. There is a whole top part. I just figured you'd probably prefer to see the princess over the sky, But, I knew she was huge. I don't know. Out of all the princesses, I like Elsa because, she had the common sense to say, no, Anna, you can't marry the guy that you just met. I feel like she's the most level-headed of the characters. Out of all the princesses and queens. Because I have a tendency to overanalyze Disney movies, and I don't see a whole lot of fault with Elsa. I feel like she's got a pretty good head on her shoulders. I feel like her character was written pretty well. So, I don't know. I saw people's finishes. I knew it would be massive by the fact that this canvas completely dwarfed somebody's four-year-old that was standing in front of it when they took a picture. Or the 4-year-old was dwarfed by the canvas, if I said it the other way. The 4-year-old was dwarfed by the canvas, so yeah, I knew she was big. I'm not worried about getting tired of blues. I could care less about the colors. I didn't think I'd love doing the Grinch, because that canvas is basically all pink, but yeah, I had no problems getting through all those pink drills, so I don't think I'll have problems getting through the blues. Now, there's 2 logs. This canvas is so big. There are 2 logs of drills. One is just blue. It's all blue with a little bit of white in the center. This one has more blue, white, and then lavenders. One of the ABs is white, and there are just, there's at least 2 full bags of AB whites, so, yeah. One day, I'm definitely gonna need the fucking rollers for this canvas. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. I suppose I could scoot her down, but on the ground. So yeah, she's real big. There's no way I can get her into view. What is in the sky? Maybe if I looked at the picture. I can't tell what's in the sky. I don't know. Doesn't look like anything. It's just snow, I guess. Just snow in that corner. Alright, I'm going to pause you and get the next canvas. Okay, this next one is a square. Queen of the North Mountain was a square, if I didn't say. Under the Scorpio Spell by Annis Guerrero. She is 55.8 by 78.7 centimeters. 75 colors, including 1 AB and 3 fairy dust. Queen of the North Mountain, I had gotten on the sale they had before Black Friday, the buy one, get one half off. Under the Scorpio Spell, I think I got her on Black Friday. Yeah. I held off getting, because she came out at the same time, I think, I can't remember the title exactly, like, Now All Your Treasure is Mine, or Now I Have All Your Treasure, the Mermaid Ennis one. So she came out at the same time, but I didn't get her, not because this thing is heavily brown, it's mostly brown, but I found all the leaves to be boring. Like, she's like laying in a pile of leaves, and then her stupid cat is popping out next to her head, and the cat's legs are in the weirdest position. Like, I don't, it's almost like the cat's standing on her shoulders, but she'd have to be laying down for there to be a wall of leaves behind her. You know what I mean? If she was standing, it would make the cat's position would make more sense, but it just, yeah. But, you know, I had gotten her, I had gotten, uh, Liz the Good Witch, you know, and that would have, then I would have had all the NS ones that Diamond Art Club had to offer, but of course now I'm not getting Liz the Good Witch, so, yeah. I like her, I just find the leaves, all the leaves boring. They're not even different colored leaves, they're just all the same color of leaves. Yeah. But she's cool. I could have done without the stupid cat. But she's cool. She does have a lot of colors, don't she? 75 colors. Oh my goodness. 75 colors. Yeah, 75 colors. It's a lot of colors for a primarily brown canvas. It's a lot of colors. Okay. Yes, let me box her up and I'll do one more. Maybe I'll go over the Christmas presents I got, because I forgot to do that at the start. I don't recall if I said, but under the Scorpio spell is a square. This next one is The Witch Who Stole the Night by Anna Guerrero. 55.8 by 78.7. This one is around exciting. 60 colors, including 2 AB and 2 fairy dust. Yeah, she's pretty. I honestly wasn't drawn to her for the longest time, and then I kept looking at her face. I think it was her face that was throwing me off, but I love the finished image so much more than I love it unfinished. Because after I looked at the reviews and saw people's finishes, I fell in love with it, but only then did I fall in love with it. And I liked that it had a castle in the back, although I do wish the outline of the castle wasn't so harsh, you know, because it just looks cartoony compared to her. You know, she looks more realistic, but I suppose I could always change the outline if I felt so inclined to do so. But yes, The Witch Who Stole the Night. She's very pretty. I've got one more Anna Guerrero coming in the mail. The Judgment card. I better have her coming in the mail. I'm gonna drive down to fucking Texas if something happens, because I almost had all the Anna Guerreros that Diamond Art Club had. You know, I could repurchase Liz the Good Witch now, but there aren't any other canvases that I want on the site, so the other two are not available for repurchase at the moment. Her Misha the Rottweiler will never be available for repurchase, unless they restock the one that they told me that they can't do. So, if they restock the one that I purchased. Yep. Sorry, I'm just real salty about that. Real salty. Okay, so there is The Witch Who Stole the Night. I wonder how she steals a night. Yeah. She's pretty. I like her. I like her a lot. I decided to show another canvas that I had over here instead of my Christmas presents. So this next one is Make a Wish and Take a Bite by Mandy Manzano. 42 centimeters by 106 centimeters. 48 colors, including 1 AB. For a stained glass look, you'd think there'd be more AB. I don't have any square AB drills. On their own, I'd have to pull from kits. But I would think that there'd be more ABs. This canvas probably came out before Fairy Dust came out. I'm not sure. Because I haven't been buying from Diamond Art Club that terribly long. But, anywhoozles, I like the Kristen Stewart version of Snow White. I'm not, the biggest diehard Snow White fan, and I'm not a big Mandy Manzano fan as a design style, but I don't know. I really like the Snow White, the Kristen Stewart Snow White. And I find it an abomination that they cut her for the second movie. I feel that was such a dumb move. Any hoozles, so I got this because it reminded me of that movie. Even though she doesn't look like Kristen Stewart, but, yeah. And this one, even though it's super long, I can easily work on this one on my hinge desk because it's so narrow. Like 40 by 70 canvases, they fit perfectly on my hinge desk. So, yeah. Funny story, when I got Ruby, I met this guy in a dark parking lot in the middle of the night. One night, to go pick her up, and, when I got her, I wanted to name her Snow White, because when I got Ruby, I was watching the Kristen Stewart version of Snow White over and over again. So I wanted to name her Snow White, which my mother was very much against, because Ruby's a black dog. And I said, Mom, you don't understand. Snow White has hair as black as a raven, and a soul or a heart as pure as snow. Snow White. It doesn't mean they don't call her Snow White because she's white. But my mom was very much against calling Ruby Snow White. So, and Ruby ended up being my mom's dog anyway, so it's just as well. But I probably would have preferred to name her Snow White. I think that's a cute name, Snow. Okay, let me box this one up. I could probably show my Christmas gift still. I don't have that many. Okay, Christmas. My aunt got me a new jug of polyacrylic. That's what I asked for. I'm kind of liking asking for exactly what I want, so that they don't buy me stupid, like, Dollar Tree decorative shit, which is what they have a habit of doing. So I asked for that. She asked for a blender. I bought said blender. Alright, and then I had this notebook. This was a Christmas gift from Declan. It has line pages, and it has the months and days up top. So, I don't journal. I do journal, but only my movie reviews, and I use junk journals for that. But, I appreciate the thought. And then my mother got me 2 of these Jot watercolor pads. 350 GSM. I have not tried them yet, so I don't know. This feels unnaturally smooth for it being, hot press watercolor paper is much more expensive than cold press. And it's smooth. It feels very much like hot press watercolor paper. So I'm not quite sure what to make of this because it doesn't say what it's made out of. Just says greenbrier. Now, she got me 2 of those. And this basket is broken that she gave me. She got me this sheet of stickers. And this sheet of stickers. She got me 3 of these little ones, little taco containers. I don't use these little ones. Maybe I can do like a multi-color sequin mixes for somebody or something. But I do, then she got me 3 of these bigger ones. I do use these to store my seed in beagle beads. And she got me these. I'm not sure what they were being sold. I'm trying to get them. Oh my god. Okay, here's the first one. Which you can't see nothing. It's just like little sparkly. That's a red. This one's blues. They're just like sparkly bits. I'm not exactly sure what those were sold to be. Magnifying glass. A very old cookbook. Or cook pamphlet. 2 little hand planners. She had the thought that we could I'm not sure how she thought we'd do it, but she wanted me to write my like doctor's appointments and stuff in one, and then have her doctor's appointments and stuff in the other, and we each had one for each person. But I don't, unless we're constantly having powwows on whose doctor's appointments or when. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I have my fridge calendar. E6000 because she had used mine. A car air freshener, some candy, some AAA batteries. For what? I'm not sure. And this is a hedgehog brooch. So that is my Christmas gifts. Thank you so much for watching if you did, and I will talk to you later. So, adios.